You're watching Commentary with SweetFruit. I am a big supporter of esports. I definitely watch more esports than I watch other normal sports. Now, I am definitely in the minority here, but I know that there are others like me. It's always weird when I have to explain to the uninitiated what Twitch.tv is and the concept of competitive gaming on a high level. However, in recent times, we have gained a lot of big LAN events that show that this is a big deal to many. The Dota 2 International 4 was even aired on ESPN. But when the president of ESPN, John Skipper, stated that, quote, esports is not a sport, it's a competition. Chess is a competition. This sparked life into the eternal debate of whether esports is a sport like any other sport. Now, the comparison to chess is an interesting one. When Norwegian chess player Magnus Carlsen became the biggest name in chess, interest started peaking amongst Norwegians, especially during the 2013 World Chess Championship versus Anand, where interest is high. With every Norwegian watching the games, on and off, the hype was definitely real. Here, the discussion of whether chess is a real sport or not came up, and many people I spoke to personally denied it, even though I think the general population of Norway became more open-minded as a result of the championships. The people I spoke to that denied it stated that sport has to include physical activity. Now, strictly speaking, this is true. The definition, according to Oxford Dictionaries, is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. So yes, a sport does require that you exercise some physical activity. But Razer Esports associate manager Drew Holt Cantwell said in an interview with Polygon that it is all a matter of opinion. Professional gamers train, both bodily and mentally, to be the best at their trade. Coordination, dexterity, and accuracy are all things that are needed to be a good esports performer. Does this count as physical exertion? If you go back to the Oxford Dictionary, exertion just means effort. And from here on, the debates turn into rhetoric and cavil. For me, however, this is not what is at the core of this debate. For me, the reason I care about this debate is because of people like this.
More than 20 million people are watching online. It's an astounding number, and for Dustin Beck and nerds everywhere, it's an affirmation that what they're doing isn't just a game anymore.
These guys have taken journeys in their life to become pro athletes for something that's not really a traditionally accepted career path, yet these guys are doing it and they're living it, and so to get that kind of validation, confirmation that this is the real deal has been exciting for our fans.
Okay, I was astounded, Soledad. I was astounded by that story. I had zero knowledge of the fact that this exists. It's still not a sport.
Do you have any statistics on how many of those people also go to Star Trek conventions?
I would guess there's actually a fair amount of overlap. Actually, that's
It is not a sport.
We
Real
want to talk
sport.
about the 20 million people who are watching the damn thing.
And the money
They
that
gotta
they're
be
making,
crazier
And
than
they're
the
paying
ones.
big money to watch it.
it's $1 million.
You see guys, this is what annoys me. Some people have legitimate arguments behind why they don't consider it a sport, and that's fine. But these people here are blinded by stereotypes. You can almost taste the prejudice just by watching the video. Now, to be fair, some of the people in the video aren't that stupid. One of them expresses uncertainty on the matter, and the woman who made the report on esports even went so far as to say that, quote, anything that has a high-level dedicated structure, business model, prize money, and an elite competitive level is a sport. However, she also added that whether or not esports is a sport isn't important, because the global success of League of Legends and the competitive environment in esports make that discussion moot. Look, for me, it doesn't really matter what side you are on. What matters for me is that esports and professional gamers or athletes, or whatever you want to call it, have the same rights as any other athlete and receive the respect they deserve. Now, I don't require them to compete in the Olympics, but as long as the governments and schools recognize it and the general ugly prejudice goes away, I do not care what title we define it by. Thankfully, this is getting better. The US government has since July 2013 recognized League of Legends as a sport, granting pro players visas on the basis of playing in tournaments. Robert Morris University in Chicago has started handing out scholarships to League of Legends teams. Now, that is awesome. Why can't we focus on the more awesome things? It should be mentioned that of course, it seems like League is the only game getting these things done. But I personally hope and believe that this is only the start and that the floodgates have just been opened. No matter what your belief is, I hope that we can all agree that esports deserves a fair treatment, whether you call it a competition or a sport. For no matter what it is called, we will continue to support, watch, and most of all, enjoy esports.